Hey there, yogis. Are you excited about this Express Wake Me Up yoga session? The best part about Express is it only means that it's going to be short, so less than 15 minutes. It's perfect for any time of the day. My friend Tess asked for a Wake Me Up morning routine, but this could be done at midday, afternoon, after work, right before bed. And the evidence of that is that I'm wearing my cozy socks, my soft sweatpants, and this is by no means mandatory but highly recommended, Guns N' Roses tank top. So I also recommend a kneeler for those of us with cranky knees and a couple of blocks, just so we can bring the earth towards us a little bit better when we're trying to just find some ease of movement, right? Blocks doesn't mean you're not good at yoga. In fact, being able to use blocks efficiently means that you're really good at yoga. So keep that in mind. Let's start with a little cat-cow. So dropping the belly, lifting your gaze, and then a really easy transition into your cat pose, tucking your chin just as much as you need. And then inhaling, dropping the belly, lifting the gaze, and rounding away from the ground. Maybe one more time with that. And another round. And then as you come back into neutral spine, just shift side to side. I haven't done anything today other than get my cherubs off to school, so my body is not ready for anything major other than just connection. So taking your knee out to the side for some gentle circles. I'm not trying to go full range of motion here because, again, I'm just trying to wake up my body. I'm not doing a training. So then go to the left side. Once you're warmed up, then let's think about layering on some more activity. And then let's find our first puppy pose. Walk your hands out, dip your chest towards the ground. But again, let's find some really mild engagement in our upper back, shoulders, and extended arms. Breathing with intention. Have you ever been in a yoga class where somebody's breath is like assaulting you because they're breathing so heavy? I can't stand that, but God bless them on their journey. Anyway, so let's grab the blocks and get them at their highest setting at the top of the mat. And I'm going to show you how beautiful it is to put that kneeler right underneath your knees, because we're going to take the right foot forward and come up nice and tall here. So first things first, just let your hips sink, let your hands support you, really tall chest. And then maybe a really soft push back, but my fuzzy-toed socks are down on the ground. And then back, and then let the hips sink. Maybe a little back bend here if that feels good. And then come back. Toes stay down for this next round. And then as you come forward and lift, with your inhale, open this up. And then as you shift backwards, maybe this time you lift the toes, right? Give them a little wiggle. And then as you come back, let's switch sides. So right knee comes back, left foot comes forward. And if you're like, I don't have blocks, well, that's your job today, is to order some and go get some because you need them, right? So back and forth. Nice and soft breath. Normalize using blocks, finding space in your body. And then this time, maybe you lift the toes. And then as you come back through center, take your left knee back. We're going to bring the right foot forward again, but I want you to sort of stack a little more. So bring your left knee underneath your hips instead of having it way behind you. And then let's lift the arms up. So I like a little tailbone down and a tiny little tuck forward of the hips, just so we get a little stretch on your hip flexors. If you sit a lot, you really need to find some opening in your hip flexors. Left hand to your leg, right arm back behind you. And again, since we're going mild, don't try to parallel the side of your mat. Just turn your chest to the top right corner of your mat, wiggle your fingers. This should just be a nice gentle twist. We're not trying to kill ourselves here. And then your left hand's going to come down. I'm going to move Mr. and Mrs. Block out of the way. And then step your right foot forward a little bit more. We're going to take this hand underneath you and lift it back up. Now, if you're like, I got to get off this knee, go ahead and lift it. And you're going to do the same thing. This is called the world's greatest stretch. I'm not sure why, but I feel like it is a good wake me up. So bring your hand back down, switch the knees out. Let's start with a stacked hip, right? So we're just going to find a little elevation, a little tuck forward of the hip, press the top of your foot down or tuck your toes, whatever gives you the best stability, and then let's rise up. So you're feeling a lot of awakening sensation here on the front part of your right leg, and then right hand finds your left thigh, left arm reaches out, not right behind you, because let's keep it mild. So my right shoulder is orienting to the top left corner of my mat. I feel pretty good about that. And then as you come back through center, this is where we're going to add that little world's greatest stretch. So however you prefer to do it, your left arm's going to lift and you're going to take it underneath your armpit. And if you like a little bit of pressure off the knee now, then take the knee up. If that feels too vigorous, then put it back down. One more lifting up, and then bring the hand down, bring the knee down if it was up, and then knee underneath you. So let's do some hip circles here. And like I said at the beginning, we're not trying to go for maximum range of motion. Go the opposite way now a couple times. We're lubricating joints. Now, I'm not highly skilled enough to be able to do down dog in socks for very long. And we are going to take a down dog unless you're morally opposed to it in the moment. So off come the socks just for gripability, and then really mild down dog. How do we get to a really mild one? Well, you have a really wide base. So step your feet a little bit wider than you would normally, step your hands a little bit wider than you would normally in plank, and then just go into down dog from here. Those of you that are like, I want my hands closer to my feet, well, good for you, but you don't have to, right? Can you do it a different way? Can you pedal here and appreciate the width, the length, and the maneuverability of coming in and out of plank and down dog without too much distress on your back body? Let's go forward and back one more time. And then we're going to bring your left knee to the ground. I know. Bring the right foot forward, then tuck the toes and lift the knee. Oh my gosh, that was a super mild way to get into our first standing lunge. Normally I would tell you to squeeze your left glute, but I just want you to get up. And then bring the hand down, bring the knee down, bring your right knee back, step back into your wide plank, and then go right back into down dog. Isn't that nice? It really is. So then to get forward on the opposite side, you're going to bring your right knee down, step the left foot forward, square yourself to the top of the mat, lift the back knee, and then rise as best you can. That was wobbly, but who cares? Into your crescent here. So we're just trying to get in and out of these poses with the least amount of struggle. And then your hands will come down, the knee will come down, the opposite knee will join, and then whatever you need just as a palate cleanser here before we go back into our high plank and then down dog. We're going to skip the knee step unless you liked that. So if you're taking the knee, you're going to bring the left knee down and then step the right foot forward. Otherwise, you're going to step the right foot forward and come up into your crescent. Hands are going to come down, and then you have the option, friends, to bring the knee down, to step the foot back, or you're going to just step right back into your high plank, reclaim your down dog, and then we go left side. So left foot steps forward. Whether or not you brought the right knee down, you're going to lift it up. Find a stable, mild crescent lunge. Just get some length here. And then bring your hands down. Right knee can come down or it stays elevated. Step back into a high plank. And then we're going to bring our knees to the pad. You're wishing you had a pad. You're going to go get one. I know you are, because you're like, that looks awesome. And then bring your hands back a little bit behind your shoulders so that we can lower, 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 nice and mild, and find a gentle, and I mean gentle, soft lifted cobra. Breathe here. Somebody needs to dust down here, and I think it's probably me. Back into a brief child's pose. And then let's tilt up into a down dog. Really nice. You're going to bring the right foot forward. You can always bring the knee down and then lift it. And then we're going to come into a warrior one. Just briefly, right? Just welcoming these poses. We're not going to overcoach this. And then the hands will come down. The knee can come down again. Remember, we're going to come onto our knees anyway. And then you're going to lower to the ground. And then a little baby locust, right? I'd rather you have a soft lift of your toes, soft lift of your chest, and then bring your toes to touch to wake up your back body than just like really try to break yourself in half. And then swim your hands up, sub armpit, please. And then press yourself up all the way back to child's pose. And then into your down dog. And remember, right knee can come down to bring the left foot forward. And as you come up, you find your warrior one. Why do we care? Because we care about stability. So once you find your warrior one, just make it mild. And what if you need to turn towards the top right corner of your mat? Then just do it, right? We're not trying to overload our SI joint. Breathe here, and then hands come down. You can bring the back knee down, bring the left knee to join it, walk your hands back a little behind your shoulders, and then one more time. I'm going to take locust just because I need more back body wake up. Hands can be wherever you want them to be. And then let's push up and into a kneeling position. Thank you for joining me. If you have requests, let me know what you need from me. I'm happy to create something for you and share it with our community. Namaste, my friends. Have a beautiful day. I'm going to turn to you anyway. So we're just going to do a couple arm things, right? So a couple shoulder rolls. I'm on a mission to improve your shoulder mobility. You're welcome. So we're going to bring our arms up. Your shoulder blades are soft along your spine, so we're not like cranking towards the ceiling. We're going to make fists. We're going to bring your elbows down towards your side and then release the hands and lift up. You're going to bring your elbows down towards your side and then release the hands, come up. One more time here. Pull down like you're pulling on a lat machine. And this time you're going to love this part. You're going to lift up, you're going to hook the thumbs gently and just create a little outward action. Pay attention to which thumb is in front right now because you're going to switch it next time. So just a little gentle pull outward with the thumbs. Should feel some action coming into your outer arms, upper shoulders, and then release that down. Shoulder rolls here, forward and back. And then you're going to lift up again and hook the thumbs the opposite way. It'll feel weird, right? You'll be like, ooh, I don't like this. But you're going to put the opposite thumb on top, create a little outward action. And then we're going to lift up and down here. So we don't want to go to full extension because again, this is a wake up. If you can't breathe while you're doing it, it's too much, right? And then release your hands down. If you're cool to stay like this, great. Otherwise, unwind it. We're going to come into a little bit of a side bend territory. So kneeling is fine, but easy seated pose might be more available in your body at the moment. So right hand's going to come down, left arm's going to reach up, and then just a little tilt. We're not trying to just absolutely find 3 inches on our left side. We're We're going to come back through, really just right next to your hip, reach up, and then lean your whole body. We could just reach the arm, but we want to lean into it. Should feel some action here. And then as you come back through center, let's interlace our fingers, press forward and round our back behind us. And then as you come back up, interlace your fingers or make a little basket behind you, or just have your palms parallel. Let your chest lift, shoulder blades pulling down and in. And then hands come back in front of you. Let's bring our hands to heart center. There's like a million other things we could do, and we'll have many opportunities to practice together to do some of those things. But what I want for you to realize right now is what a wonderful wake up call you've given to your body, or a wind down process. So you could lay down here and take 10 minutes of Shavasana if you wanted, or you should be in a position where you could transition into something else, whether that is the rest of your day in your to-do list, or maybe you're in a position to go into a workout, whatever your choices are, right? Thank you for joining me. If you have requests, let me know what you need from me. I'm happy to create something for you and share it with our community. Namaste, my friends. Have a beautiful day.